You know, a good diss track, it's not just a bunch of random insults, it's a strategic game of chess. Today, we're going to break down one of those games, move by move, and really get into the art of the lyrical takedown.
All right, so who's in the ring for this one? In this corner, we've got the artist throwing the punches, MoKoN, and his target, Upchurch. Let's see how this whole attack gets started.
So where do you even begin a lyrical assault like this? You'd think you'd just go straight for the throat, right? But MoKoN does something really interesting here. He doesn't start by attacking his opponent. First, he builds up his own credibility. It's a classic move, really. You got to establish your own authority before you can tear someone else's down.
And this right here is the foundation. He's not just hinting at a tough past. He comes right out and states it as a fact. He's served time. This claim is all about framing him as authentic, as someone who's lived a life that he's implying his opponent knows nothing about.
And notice the number, 30 months. He doesn't just say a few years or some time. That kind of specificity, well, that's a power move. It makes the claim feel solid, undeniable. It anchors his street cred in a cold, hard number.
And he just keeps reinforcing this idea. He's framing his prison time not as something to be ashamed of, but as a defining part of his identity, something that gives him an edge. In the world of this diss track, the slammer is a badge of honor.
Okay, so now that he's built himself up as the real one, boom, he pivots. The focus completely shifts from building himself up to tearing Upchurch down. And he starts right where it's going to hurt the most, his career. And this isn't just one jab, it's a full-on combination attack. He hits him with some of the most damaging things you can say about an artist. He's saying you use ghostwriters, which questions your talent, that you betrayed your collaborators, which questions your loyalty, and that you hide behind security, which questions your toughness.
And here's where the tactic gets really specific. These aren't just vague accusations. He's naming names. By dropping names like Bandplay and Cash Bill, he adds this layer of supposed evidence to what he's saying. It makes the claims a lot harder to just brush off.
So he's gone after the man and his career. Where do you go from there? Well, the track zooms out. The attack gets bigger. Now it's not just about the artist anymore, but the entire culture and fan base he represents, what the lyrics call the Creek Squad.
The attack on the fan base is just as sharp, and he uses hyperbole as his weapon. The lyric paints this really dismissive picture of Upchurch's followers, boiling them all down to a single stereotype and then slapping a shocking statistic on it.
And just isolating that number, 99%, makes the insult feel so absolute. It's a rhetorical trick that's meant to transform this really diverse group of fans into a single, uniform mob in your head when you hear it.
So, the really crucial point here is that this isn't just a random insult. The lyrics are actually making a bigger cultural argument. He's positioning that whole Redneck Nation movement as a fake, commercialized version of authentic country life. It's a deep cut.
So after attacking the man, the career, and the culture, the track just barrels towards its conclusion. It completely sheds any pretense of a complex argument and moves right into a raw, direct confrontation.
The whole argument ends in this raw, three-punch combo. First up, you get the completely unfiltered insult,
which then immediately escalates into a direct command, a challenge. And finally, it all boils down to the ultimate dare, a line drawn in the sand. The entire conflict is just left hanging on this one question. Is there going to be a response?
And that's exactly where the track leaves us, with that dare just echoing in the air. It really makes you think about these battles, doesn't it? Is victory won with the sharpest words, or does it demand an answer that goes beyond the music? Thanks for digging into this breakdown with me.